Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Since the November 18 school board meeting, at which time I introduced a motion on the floor to replace and hire new legal counsel for the district, the board was inundated with emails and other correspondence. I would like to point out one of the many emails that we received, and it was by Barbara Stankus from Chestnut Ridge. She writes the following, quote, "As a longtime taxpaying resident of Chestnut Ridge, I sincerely want to thank each and every member of the school board for their tireless dedication to our school system. Effective, harmonious school boards are essential in order to meet the educational needs of our children, while at the same time carefully overseeing the distribution of taxpayers' monies. Today, I read in the Journal News editorial concerning the latest East Ramapo School Board meeting, and I went to the reference video website. The video recording of this board meeting speaks for itself, loud and clear. The concept of harmony and fairness was totally absent. Reasonable requests by 3 board members went unheard and unanswered. Valid, repeated, necessary questions from Dr. Ostacher and Mr. Farmer were totally disregarded. Requests to table were denied. Anyone with eyes to see and ears to hear will come to the same conclusion. Unfair. And yet the vote proceeded. Why? She ends the email with, "I, for one, respectfully request an answer." Immediately, I responded with, "Hi, this is Aron Wieder, board member of East Ramapo. You emailed the board. If you would like to discuss the issue you raised, you can contact me," and I gave her my phone number. She replied, "Dear Mr. Wieder, thank you for your very prompt response to my email. I appreciate your offer for me to call you on your BlackBerry. That was very kind of you. I know you are a busy man. However, in order to do justice to the seriousness of my questions, I will wait until the next board meeting, at which time you can answer my questions and the questions of my neighbors in a public forum. And that way, the entire community will have the benefit of your response. I look forward to meeting you at the next board meeting on Wednesday, December 2nd. Thank you, Barbara Stankus." Barbara is right. I owe the public an explanation and answers. But Barbara, I must add, I owe the public an apology as well. After the video clips of the last meeting were posted on the internet, they received a huge number of hits. Let me confess, I myself am responsible for a big number of these hits. Yes, these clips don't look good. And yes, it is apparent in the clips that there are many unanswered questions. It is for this reason that I do apologize. Now, I would like to address the action that was taken. I won't take much of your time. Please bear a short 5 minutes to address at least some of the main issues. First, why was this action taken in this manner? Why wasn't this done a little more procedural and as expected by a well-functioning board? Let me be very clear. This was not a hidden item or sudden action, and surely not illegal. Board attorneys are hired directly by the board to advise and represent the board. I have been advocating a change in our legal representation for nearly as long as I joined this board, and very patiently, I might add. But I guess it was accepted by some in the administration that they can continuously disregard and prevent this from being properly discussed. As recently as this past July, at the reorganization meeting, I made it very clear that we must and should interview prospective attorneys to make an informed decision and see what's out there. But again, no action. Yes, had my advice been followed by the administration, then we would by now have interviewed more candidates and given the public much more insight. I, for one, decided to take it seriously and look for a possible replacement, and when I found an attorney that I thought would be well suited for this district, I introduced him to the entire board to interview. This happened 2 months ago. The one board member that was absent from the interview, I continuously urged him to interview this firm, but to no avail. No other firms were interviewed, and no other firms were brought to the table until the very last minute. For those who would like to understand why the need for change, well, I believe in change for the same reason I've visited every single school in the district. For the same reason I attend most school functions. For the same reason I am a member of the PTA. For the same reason I participated in the reading program and read books to the precious young students of this district. It is the same rationale that led me to ask for change. I am confident that this change will enhance this district in general, bring much needed change that parents and taxpayers alike have been advocating, help us hold teachers and staff members more accountable, improve test scores and graduation rates, and yes, hopefully improve the services we are required to provide for the unfortunate special needs children. For anyone who doubts this, the jury is still out there. Change we can believe in comes with bold and daring actions, which at times can be highly controversial. At this pivotal time, I would like to reach out to each and every person of this great district. I appeal to your human feelings. A great deal of work is ahead of us. Let us unite and rekindle the human spirit for the betterment of all students in this district. Now, Barbara, I hope I addressed the issues you raised. May God bless America. May God bless all of us. Thank you and good night.